The party continued at home. There was so much food, plenty to eat, and drinks in surplus. But then, something strange happened. Marvis, of all people, showed up at the party. She kept rushing over to us, shaking our hands and smiling way too much. I felt so uncomfortable, and I could tell my husband wasn't either. But what could we do? We couldn't just walk her out in front of everyone, so I kept my cool and tried to ignore her. She was drinking anything she could get her hands on, even alcohol. Isaiah and I hadn't bought any, but she kept sipping from one bottle to another. Then, she walked right up to me, holding a parcel. "This is my wedding gift to you," she said with that unsettling smile. I thanked her, but deep down, I knew I was never going to open it. 2 hours later, the last of the guests finally left. Isaiah looked at me and smiled. Finally, I can have my wife all to myself. He lifted me into his arms and carried me inside. "Daniella, my love, my wife," he said softly, his voice full of emotion. "I love you so much. You are everything to me. Whatever you might hear about me in the future, please don't judge me by it. I might be weak along the way, but I need you to be strong for both of us. Promise me you'll never leave my side." Tears filled my eyes as I held his hands tightly. "I promise," I whispered. "I will always be with you." We shared a passionate kiss, and just as we were about to make love, his phone rang, shattering the moment. "Just ignore it, honey," I pleaded. "This is the last one," he promised, answering the call. A man's voice on the other end said, "Sir, please come to 13 Gray Street. A woman had an accident. Your number was on her phone." Isaiah froze, his face turning pale. "Who is she?" he asked, his voice trembling. The voice replied, "Her name is Marvis Okobito." "Jesus! Marvis had an accident?" Isaiah shouted, and before I could say a word, he was rushing out the door. I begged him to stay, but he just promised he'd be back soon and left. Hours passed. I called his phone, but it was off. Fear started to creep in. It was our wedding night, and I was all alone. I tried calling again and again, but still nothing. At 2 a.m., I couldn't take it anymore and called my mom. "Mommy," I cried, "Isaiah is gone. He left for an accident and hasn't returned." Her voice was firm. "The devil is a liar. You and your husband are one. You will pray and call him back home right now." We prayed and prayed, speaking in tongues, rebuking every evil force that was trying to ruin our marriage. I prayed until I finally fell asleep from exhaustion. The next morning, I was startled awake by a knock on the door. My heart leaped, thinking it was Isaiah. I rushed to open it, but standing there was my mother. What happens next? Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next episode. Thank you for watching.